jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
WCS back on deck once again. Salute to the supporters as always, man. If you're in the building, hit the like button. Share the content if you feel free to. You feel me? So to the trolls, I'm definitely going to address you first. All right. Listen, this is what it is when it comes to this media shit, right? You have individuals that also go around and listen. So if you're going to come on here and advocate like you do, at least have some type of understanding of information that you know and acquired on your own, not other people's information. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you base your own opinion rather than gathering other people's information, and that information is incorrect. So instead of one person being incorrect, you have 2, 3, 4, 5 people that's incorrect, that's retreading the same shit, just like earlier today. It makes no sense to do it. You know what I'm saying? Look, I didn't do like other people, kick people off the panel because you don't want to be bothered with them without giving them an opportunity to rejoin. I felt that was totally off the topic. It wasn't nothing that was productive to the listeners. So I said, let me give him another chance to get back on here and see if he has anything else to say. And that wasn't the case. It was a waste of time, but it's okay because it won't be happening too many other times after. So this is the film study, right? A BOK Prime, nothing to do with them. You know what I'm saying? This is a black-owned company led by black leaders, affluent, wealthy black people, which I salute. Now my issue in explaining this whole deal, it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with the individuals who are attaching themselves to a potential deal, so to speak. And in my opinion, I feel like everything is not being detailed for the listeners. Yes, you have to detail it. You made mention of it. Okay? You made mention of it. So now we're asking for details. The reason why we ask for details, because in boxing, they always talk about the best fighting the best, right? So I feel there's a little bit of collusion going on here. Like, if indeed people are going to criticize Terrence Crawford for pulling out of the fight, well, we also need to find out the reason which led him to pull out the fight. Was it what we all been hearing that, oh man, you know, the videos out here, hey, so-and-so influenced a mega fight deal to lead over to this particular organization, BLK Prime. He interrupted it. He intervened, interjected. It was an intervention. We need more details. So I'm going to play some audio, and we're going to go through this together. Now, one of the audios is ETB's audio. You know, nothing with ETB. You know what I'm saying? But if you have a video out there and it's pertaining to this particular situation, I have to speak on it because I'm trying to put together the pieces. It's not just let it ride. That's a brother. No, the brothers don't never let it ride, especially on this YouTube shit. Y'all don't let it ride. Y'all don't let it ride. So why should I think if someone is telling a whole lie Well, let me make it down to pull out the truth of it. A lie might have some truth in it. It just may be so fabricated that it looks like a lie to a lot of other people. It might be some truth to it, but I mean, we don't know how much the percentage is. We got to do some film study on this particular fight that's going down in December. We have to find out what really persuaded this fight to be called off. You know what I'm saying? When do we actually know the fight was going on in 2023? But it's some contradictory that's going on here. It is some contradiction that's going on in here. No, man, I'm not saying you don't have you're gonna get penalized for lying. But it's gonna cost you. It should cost you, right? Because it's public record and you lying to the people. I'm trying to help my audience understand what the reality is in this case. And the only way I'm going to do is continue to do research as to how this all played out. That's all I'm trying to do. Because I rock with Team Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Crawford in general as a fighter. But there's a lot of backlash as if, well, we're going to say he pulled out of the fight because he didn't want to fight Spencer. He ducked. But on the other hand, it seems like you had somebody who was so-called pro-arrow and who changed over in blue, right? He changed over, and all of a sudden, Caden for Terrence Crawford now. I seen it. I knew it. I said the devil's a lie. I seen it. When that shit happened in Newark, I said he up to something. He up to something. I see it. He up to something. But listen to this video right quick. All right? Listen to this video. Pay attention. Like he said, pay attention. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat, man. Let me get to the chat right quick. Mark Nash on deck. What's good? Pop on deck. Mr. Pass, what's good? So, let me play this video.
This is before. And he was letting everybody know that he felt that Terrence Crawford was in the wrong when it came to business. A lot of times. Terrence Crawford, he didn't like that. So he approached Blue like Terrence Crawford does. This is not Terrence Crawford will approach you if he sees you. I've known several people that Terrence Crawford then pushed up on like that. He pushed up on Blue, you know what I'm saying? He had his words with Blue or whatever, and I feel that after the conversation calmed down and they got to talking civilly like men, I believe that Blue came at him and was like, hey, my company I'm with, BLK Prime, we got a lot of money, and we looking into getting in the game, and we looking to put the money that we got behind a fighter. And you would be the perfect fighter for us to put a lot of money behind. You know what I'm saying? And Terrence Crawford was probably looking at the nigga like, yeah, shit on his face at first. And, like I said, Blue was like, hey, no, I'm serious.
Okay. So you heard that, right? That was from ETB. Like I said before, nothing with ETB. I'm just, listen to what one of the, soldiers sent. It's a good snippet, an audio snippet. It is a soundbite. It's a very good audio soundbite. It is. It's a very good audio soundbite because it says something. Because this next audio is from, ETB with a situation that I guess Blue Blood was trying to explain itself, and I just don't get it. Certain things I'm not getting, but I'm putting it together. I'm putting it together. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put this together because we're gonna walk the dog on it until we figure out how everything played out. Because we're not being told everything we need to know, especially if you have the Terrence Crawford side and then you had the Errol Spence side. You have two groups of people that was waiting on the fight to happen, but all of a sudden, the fight gets declined. You know what I'm saying? It's over. Negotiations is over for now. All right. Even though people trying to act like it's next year. Now get out of here. We ain't talking about that. We talking about this year. We was waiting on this year. Period. So since we're not getting it this year, we're trying to find out how everything else is happening. Now you heard that snippet. Keep that in your thought process. Newark, he said, Crawford pulled up on him. Boom, boom, boom. Words were exchanged. Da, da, da. You know what I'm saying? However it lasted. And then all of a sudden, he wanted to present a business deal with him. Granted, Brian Norman Jr. is already on deck. The Assassin 2.0, good dude. He came on 2 months ago. He's supposed to be the guy. He's supposed to be the face of BLK. He's supposed to be the face of BLK. He's supposed to be the face of BLK. Whatever happened to my guy, man? He couldn't get in the ring. None of that shit. I feel like he was being used. I don't know what the deal. Or they brought him on to be the face. But then nothing else happened. Like, why did it fall through the cracks? Because you didn't say Terrence. Look, you ain't gonna convince nobody that Terrence Crawford came into the picture when he had a fight negotiation going on. And if that was indeed the case, that y'all had Terrence Crawford in your optics, why didn't this news and information come out previously that y'all was trying to pretty much get him on deck? You know what I'm saying? Because the timeline definitely don't add up now. When you talking about all this started in Newark, that was just last month, the 22nd. The 22nd or 23rd, so to speak. That was last month. That was just mere 30-some days ago. 30-some days ago that everything ballooned into this goddamn explosion where you have to present it to him. His people get with him. Venues have to be locked on. Prices and monetary funds have to be talked about. A date has to be spoken on. All in under 30 days. And we couldn't make Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence in several months. We're talking about David Avanesian having a fight schedule. That fight being erased because from what I'm hearing, they bought his contract out. They bought him out of the fight. I want you to pay attention right quick because this is going to get interesting. Listen to the audio. This is going to be interesting. Let me know if y'all can hear this audio. All right? Please let me know if y'all can hear this audio. Can y'all hear the audio? Okay. All right. All right, cool. I know how to fix it. No problem. No problem. No problem. What about now? Can y'all hear that? Okay. Okay.
Blue is 10 toes down. I'm the same dude everywhere I go. So when people talking about like Jay Wash 4, I hope all of y'all keep the same energy moving forward.
That was good, right? We good? That should be loud enough, right? Because I wanted to play and it's not loud enough. What I just played, is it loud enough? All right, cool.
I hope y'all keep the energy moving forward, right? So talking about disappointed y'all. I ain't disappoint nobody. Y'all don't pay attention very well.
See, look, I got to break in and out. So that's one thing he liked doing. You know, he always talking about who ain't paying attention. But the reason why we comment on this, I'm speaking for me. I ain't speaking for nobody else. The reason why we comment on this is the fact that I am paying attention. Right? It's too many things that I remember that you attempted to say all the time, especially to me, that, you know, you always try to separate the level of intelligence between one black man to another. So when you sit up here and you say people ain't paying attention, they don't listen, everything's free, this, that, and the other, I think it's something that you just want to talk about, but yet you don't really take into deep consideration yourself that you're talking about. Pay attention. People are paying attention. That's why you explain to yourself. If people weren't paying attention, you wouldn't have to explain yourself in any of these videos.
Okay? And so let me explain something to you, right? Errol Spence-Terrence Crawford fight was not happening in 2022. And as far as y'all talking about, I didn't know anything. Let me explain something to y'all. Terrence Crawford and David Avenesian signed at the 45 minutes before the fight was announced is when they signed. Right? So how the hell did I know anything? I didn't know anything. When it came to us, okay? When it was brought to us.
Now check this out. He said they signed 45 minutes before the fight was announced, just like I already mentioned in previous videos, right? They signed 45 minutes before the fight was announced. You know, the fight was just announced not too long ago. Fight was announced not too long ago, this month. Not too long ago. Shakur Stevenson and Hobson Casale in Newark, where the infamous 7-Eleven, you know what I'm saying, cameo appearance happened. That was last year. That was last month, rather. That was last month. This year. Last month. September. That was last month. He said he didn't know anything about nothing. He didn't know anything about anything. Them signing, he didn't know anything about nothing. They signed 45 minutes after the fight was announced. He knew nothing. He knew nothing. This is a silent, now he's referring to himself as being a silent partner. He knew nothing about it. Nothing.
And then we addressed Terrence Crawford, right? And we said, okay, it looks like the fight, it was brought to our attention and to my attention that the fight is not going to happen. Okay? So let me.
So you heard what he said. It was brought to his attention. It was brought to his attention. It was brought to his attention. It was brought to his attention that the fight's not going to happen. It was brought to his attention that the fight wasn't going to happen. I will hope if you're going to do another video on this, you give us more details. If you're a silent partner, you should have clearance to speak on it, especially if the fight's not happening. What's up with all this boxing talk? Well, y'all niggas can't tell your listeners anything. Y'all want to speak around in circles, man. Give us details. My people, my partners, whatever. Why is boxing like that? Y'all act like you can't tell us shit. You're trying to convince the people of something that's supposed to be so mega. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be so mega. But there's no details to go with it.
Explain this to people, because I know paying attention is expensive for people, but it's actually free. So the people that I see, like William Oscore and Jay Wars and all y'all that's supposedly Blue Blood Sports, y'all down with me from the beginning. I hope y'all keep the same energy moving forward. Right? So let me explain this to y'all, right? So when it was brought to our attention that the fight might not happen, BLK Prime has been my partners. This is nothing new, right?
I'm paying attention to the little subtle pauses and redirect, pauses and shifts. He said BLK Prime has been his partners. And he was thinking about telling us how long he's been the partners. If I'm a partner with BLK, I'm telling you, I've been with them for about a year and a half right now. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have anything to hide or anything legitimate, I've been a silent partner with them for this amount of time. He gives us no details, not even a date, not even a month. I'm not saying he's not a silent partner. I'm saying, how much of a stake do you have with BLK? Because if you're exaggerating your position with the company, it's a problem, man. Because people running around here like everybody in YouTube want to tag along with this shit that's hopping on a little bandwagon with no wheels on that bitch. And y'all wonder why this shit ain't going nowhere with people just believing it. All we want to know is specifics. If you're talking about it, then speak on it with some details. Give us the criteria that we're looking for.
We signed Brian Norman Jr., right?
2 months ago.
Okay. We was moving forward with that. We trying to get in the boxing game, right? So when it was brought to our attention that there's a possibility that Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fight might not happen until next year, right? It might not happen.
So you can tell this is far-fetched as far as the timeline. I just heard ETB mention that the 7-Eleven cameo, that's when they had a situation. Then at the end, Blue told him, hey, my company got a lot of money. But the way Blue is sounding, he's talking about phone calls was made before then, so to speak, and them giving the presentation. They putting the presentation out there that we trying to get into the boxing game and all that. I mean, you're not making a phone call in the streets at Newark. You're not making a phone call, bro. This was a like face-to-face meeting supposedly on Bud, pulling up on him, and whatever happened, voicing his concerns or his grievances or whatever. But it wasn't a phone call made in that particular moment. That's not how you do business. You know what I'm saying? That's not how you do business. So right now it seems like Blue is explaining that contact was made. They're providing Crawford with the presentation about, you know, what they're trying to do in the business. They trying to break into the boxing business and everything else.
Until next year. So for everybody that's acting like they don't understand, this was something that Errol Spence as well knew that it might not happen until next year.
So the next year deal, right? Y'all smart. Once again, when Steven Espinosa just put out the information that the November fight date is not dead, Blue was on video as saying that, see, I told you it was a fight date in November. See, I told you it was a fight date on November. You know what I'm saying? Steven Espinosa proved, he confirmed that there was a fight date on November. He confirmed it. It's a fight date on November. It's a fight date. He confirmed it. November is a fight date. And Espinosa say, you know, I know it's short time, but it ain't dead yet. This is what he was talking about on his video. He did say, well, I don't think the fight is going to happen. Did he already know the fight's not going to happen? Did he already know? Because when did that come out? That came out this month, right? So therefore, if Espinosa came out and said that the fight date is still not dead, now the puzzling part comes into play. The window gets even smaller to know when the information actually broke behind the scene that Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence will be in 2023. Because Espinosa is out here being confirmed by Blue that the November date is out there. I told y'all it was a November date. And Espinosa clarified that the date ain't dead yet. It's not dead yet. That was before the announcement. And all the news broke that, Team Spence feel that Crawford, Team Crawford is not committed to the fight. They have since went silent. Give or take whatever the time frame was after that. Then the news broke. A Terrence Crawford fighting David Avanesian. People start running around here talking about who was a part of who was a part of that deal being made, who was a part of that deal influencing that BLK to come to Terrence Crawford to make this deal. The timelines ain't adding up. The timelines isn't add up. Did shit go down at 7-Eleven according to this deal, or was this information that was passed early on while negotiation was in the first phase? And that's when he said, no, I'm focused on Errol Spence right now. When did it happen, bro? Because we're clueless as to when all this took place, because you're everywhere.
Right? Not this year, next year. Right? Which means that Terrence Crawford didn't fight since November of 2021 against Sean Porter. Which means,
why are you telling us this, Blue? We don't care. We know this shit already. This is the person who's trying to create a story to make sure he don't take his feet out of commission stepping on the damn blade. We already know when Terrence Crawford fought. Everybody named Mama know when Terrence Crawford fought. We was there. We seen it, goddammit. Why are you telling the public that? That has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. We already know he wanted to fight before the end of the year. We're not talking about when he fought last year.
means he would have been out the ring, and it was brought to his attention, right, that he won't be fighting until February or March of next year.
When? Blue, I know you're listening. When? When was it brought to everybody's attention that the fight won't happen in 2023? When? Because Errol Spence put out a tweet talking about, oh, I could have fallen in November. Nigga, I could have fallen in November. So everybody's saying Errol knew, Terrence Crew. I knew. At what point did they know? When did this information come out that we fighting the fight's gonna happen in 2023? When, bro? That's all I'm trying to say. You're not giving us any months, days, weeks. You're not giving us times. None of that shit, man. It's so unbelievable.
2023. Right? Okay. So his team wants to stay active. Terrence Crawford's team wants to stay
We already know that.
Right? So a mutual party of Terrence Crawford and BOK Prime, my partners, were contacted and said, listen, there's a possibility Terrence Crawford might not fight this year against Errol Spence. If y'all trying to get in the game, is that something y'all would be interested in? Right? Okay, cool. It was brought to my attention. Is this a good idea to sign Terrence Crawford? Would that be good to stage a fight for Terrence Crawford this year if the Errol Spence fight don't happen this year?
Did you hear what he just said? It was brought to his attention. Like, this is the person who, look, this is the person who we're trying to figure out, how did Terrence Crawford receive the information from BOK Prime initially? Who presented the information? If I'm listening to ETB, he's putting it out there as if Blue Blood presented this information during the encounter at 7-Eleven. What I just heard him, Blue, say is that his people came to him and say, is it a good idea? We're trying to do this and this. What do you think? Do you think it's a good idea? It cannot be if it's a good idea if you had the encounter at 7-Eleven and you told him you and your people are trying to get on. You're trying to break into the sport of boxing. So therefore, we have a lot of money to bring you on. You'll be a good asset. Of course he will. He's an elite fighter, pound for pound best, right? So what is it? Did you tell him at 7-Eleven, or your people reached out? Somebody else reached out to his middle person that's with the team, and they came to you and say, do you think this would be a good idea since you're the talent acquisition? So which one is it? If you presented it to him at 7-Eleven, they're not coming to you to ask if the same person you presented the information to, are they going to be a good fit? Is this a fighter? Come on, bro. These people have to know who Terrence Crawford is if they're trying to get into the boxing game. You can't be top 5 in the pound for pound list, and these people trying to get in the boxing game don't know who they trying to sign. What? What? You trying to tell me they don't know who this guy is? He's on the pound for pound list. I'm trying to figure it all out, bro. It's not making any sense. It's not making any sense, man. If you're talking to middlemen and all that, who was on the phone? Who was making phone calls? It wasn't you. Who was making phone calls to a common person or whoever to connect between the teams, and you're talking to them, and they come to you. They get the return information or whatever, return call, and they come to you and say, is this a good fit? Is this person? Let's hear it again.
But to my attention, is this a good idea to sign Terrence Crawford? Would that be good to stage a fight for Terrence Crawford this year if the Errol Spence fight don't happen this year?
So if you're trying to stage a fight, you're trying to tell me that you already have a fighter that wants to fight this year. BLK has all this money, and they're trying to find out, will it be good to appease the pound for pound champ? Because he's made it perfectly clear that he's not going to sit in negotiations anymore because the fight is in 2023. But he's turning back around and saying, hey, they coming to me and ask if Terrence Crawford, will it be a good idea? Is it possible for Terrence Crawford to fight this year? This, that, and the other. He already said he wanted to fight this year. So in October, if he wants to fight this year, you trying to tell me nobody else was out here planning? Nobody else was looking around in Omaha? Nobody knew where he wanted to fight if he wasn't going to fight Errol Spence? Bullshit. Bullshit. Hell no. I know down here in Atlanta, you're not going to automatically pop your head up and say, you know what? I want to do a fight down there in the State Farm Arena. No, it's something to that. It's a label called a schedule. That's what it's called, a schedule.
Right? So I said, yeah, if we could sign Terrence Crawford to have him fight this year, it's a one-fight deal with us. He didn't sign a multi-fight deal with us. It's a one-off fight deal.
It doesn't care. We don't care. Nobody care how many fight deal it is. What we care about is the fact that the fight we wanted to see between him and Errol Spence is off. We're trying to find out why it's off. All of a sudden, people running around here like school kids talking about, oh, he had a deal with making Terrence Crawford David Avanesian. Well, I really can't get a story from the footprints because there is none. So since there's no footprints, I have to go to the person who's walking everybody through it and telling the story on how all this is going down. We don't care about a one-fight deal. We want to know when this actually started. We want to know who talked to who first. We want to know some roundabout dates because he was supposed to be in negotiation for the past 6 months. But somehow, some way, in between time, they saying BLK made this tremendous amount of offer and ask him, do you think he'll be a good fit? This is a global. This dude is not just a Omaha, the best boxer in Omaha. This is a world champion over. Multi-time world champion. BLK is trying to get in. They've already signed Brian Norman Jr., a local fighter here in the A, right? You don't know about boxing? Bullshit. They know about boxing. They know who Terrence Crawford is. You're trying to tell me with all the money, you having questions about locking on a venue? See, I want to see if he said Omaha, though. If he would have said, okay, they want to know if we can lock on a venue in Omaha because he want to fight in his hometown. He want to fight this year in his backyard. Oh, man.
I'm always 10 toes down.
This is the person who's creating the story.
So I said, hell yeah, if we can sign Terrence Crawford to do, if he want to stay busy and stay active, let's get in contact with him. Right? It's no secret that Terrence Crawford don't even like blue. But it's about business.
So where did you get in contact with him again? Was it 7-Eleven or was it somewhere else? Because you keep venturing off about you, bro. This is what you want to make it about. You want to make it about you, not Crawford. You want to make it about you. Crawford is the prize. Crawford is the clout. That's what it's about. I'm trying to get you to tell the story so we can understand what this is about. You keep talking about you 10 toes down. You're doing this, that, and the other. Of course you are. But we're trying to find out when was the word passed to try to make all this, to get this ball rolling. We don't give a damn about him not liking you. People don't like people every day. What does that got to do with anything? You're trying to insert yourself in a situation of importance, man. Why would your people come to you and say, is this a good deal, and reach out to them? Did they call and reach out to them, or did the shit happen at 7-Eleven? It's not making fucking sense, bro. What, they sent you on a mission down this motherfucker? Like, how are you going to reach out to Crawford? They sent you on a mission down to Newark. You was on a one-man soldier mission. Hey, man, you see him down there. It's going to be tough, dude, but see, can you break the news to him? We looking for him.
So, okay, we got in contact with Terrence Crawford. The first thing Terrence Crawford said is, yeah, no problem. I'll listen to what y'all talking about, but I want to let y'all know up front, this ain't no bullshit. I ain't got to bullshit nobody.
See what I'm saying, bro? I can't make this shit off. Man, y'all think I'm just fucking with him. I'm not fucking with him, dog. He cannot go line for line for line for line for line for line and stay on this topic. Stay on the motherfucking topic, man. It always goes back to him. Stop trying to prove to the people that you ain't lying when you are. Just tell the truth and the shit'll come snap, crackle, pop. So what I just heard doesn't seem like this shit popped off at the 7-Eleven. The way they trying to say he's responsible for brokering a deal, $18 million and shit. Come on, man. Come on, stop the madness. Like, y'all reached out to the man or somebody from his team. Was it somebody from his team, or did y'all reach out to Crawford directly? Because if somebody made a phone call, then that means the word wasn't passed to him at 7-Eleven. Because if you're taking information that you got from Crawford at 7-Eleven, you say, you know what? I'm a silent partner with BOK Prime. I'm a silent partner. All right. And this, and blase. Is it okay for me to give my people the information? So if I go back and give my people the information, my partners, right? And I'm telling them, hey, I think we might have somebody else. You know what I'm saying? He's a world champion right now. He's this, he's that. They won't be asking you no questions. Because if they're getting the information from you, Blue, you already know who he is, because that used to be your favorite fighter. God damn it, that used to be your favorite fighter before you turn your back on him. So they don't have to ask, hey, do you think it'll be a good idea? That's not going to be the question, homie. Because obviously your silent partner should know who you are. If they know you got a channel on YouTube, why would they ask you if Crawford you think it's something we can do and this, that, and the other? If they got the money, they can make the shit happen. That shit's not adding up, brother. If you would just focus on talking about what you're trying to explain to the people and stop telling people who you are and what you ain't, it'll be all good.
I ain't got to defend Terrence Crawford. He a grown man. Terrence Crawford immediately said, listen, yeah, I'll listen to what y'all got to say. But my number one objective is to secure the fight with Errol Spence. You can believe me or don't believe me. I really don't care. That's Terrence Crawford words exactly. Right? So my partners got off the phone with Terrence Crawford. They got out to me when Terrence Crawford came to me, said, hey, do you think this is something? He don't sound like he's confident in dealing with us. What should we do to prepare ourselves? I said, well, it depends how much time we're going to have. If he's dealing with negotiating with Errol Spence, it might happen. It might not happen. But for us, with Terrence Crawford on the scale that he's on, we have to be prepared to be able to deal with somebody. He's not Brian Norman Jr. No disrespect or slight to Brian Norman Jr. That's on a whole different scale. Right? Okay. From that point on, we didn't talk to Terrence Crawford, have any conversation with Terrence Crawford for like a week. Right? Then it was brought back to our attention. They might have hit a snag in negotiations with with the Errol Spence fight.
Where? When, man? They hit a snag. This shit was just announced not too long ago. They hit a snag. So you trying to tell me no venue, no nothing. They hit a snag. No venue, no nothing. We're going along with the Errol Spence. They have no venue in Omaha set up. They have nothing. When did they hit a snag? When was this snag? What was the month of this snag, bro? What's the snag? Because they say Terrence Crawford agreed to everything. They say he agreed to everything, bro. When was the snag? Was it before his agreeing or after his agreeing? What was it?
Okay, cool. My partner said, listen, should we get back in contact? Let's see what he's talking about. If it's not happening, we are basing our stance on Terrence Crawford, right? We basing our stance off of Terrence Crawford possibly fighting Errol Spence or not fighting Errol Spence. It's just an opportunity for us. We don't know if the fight gonna come to fruition or not. So for all you idiots in there talking,
Here we go again. He can't stay on topic. What does idiots have to do with you just saying he hit a snag, but yet still trying to find out if Terrence Crawford will be interested? If the fight is gonna fall out, what are we listening to, man? Like, dude, do you pay attention to what you're saying? Like, where's the snag at? Where's Terrence Crawford? Man, this is so confusing, bro.
talking about Blue knew already. How the hell would I know?
Dude, stop making it about you.
I don't know if he gonna fight Errol Spence or not. I could just base off of the business part, okay? So then it got down to the point where now my brother Keon knows this. So it got down to the point where Terrence Crawford's lawyer is telling us this. We're gonna agree to their demands. Right? Against many people's best wishes. Right? Some people didn't think that he should agree. Whatever. Right? So Terrence Crawford's gonna agree. Okay, cool. No problem. It looks like we're gonna go ahead with November 19th. Cool. We out the running. We focus on Brian Norman Jr.
Oh, so okay. So they going around. They said they going in November 19th, and they're gonna focus on Brian Norman Jr. I would like to know why y'all not focusing on Brian Norman Jr. if you brought him in as the face of BOK anyway. I mean, he couldn't even get a fight. So that means negotiation was ongoing. Negotiation was still ongoing for November 19th, right? Because at first he was initially talking about they was going to fight 2023. Now we're talking about information that's way before that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now we're talking about information that happened before the news broke that they was fighting in 2023. The chronological disaster this is. This is nowhere close to being chronologically proficient.
Didn't talk to Terrence Crawford. Zero conversations with Terrence Crawford. Right? So for all you people that don't pay attention, now let me enlighten y'all. Now that it's known, right? At the time to Terrence Crawford, he didn't even know I was a silent partner with BLK Prime. People. So when I saw Terrence Crawford at 7-Eleven, right? And we had the conversation that I'm telling y'all about, right? Okay, so now Terrence Crawford is telling me yada yada, so on and so forth, etc.
What is yada yada? He's telling you yada yada. You know, was he checking you yada yada? What y'all talking about business yada yada, etc. This is what the people want to know, bro. We don't want to hear no yada yada. We grown ass adults, man. Yada yada don't tell us shit, bro. And when you pay bills, you don't say how much is it? Yada yada. Yaga ya, zaga, yada la la. That's not the way we communicate, bro. What were y'all talking about? Were y'all talking about was he checking? Okay, well he has some choice words for me. Okay, that means it ain't on business. And then after everything calmed down, like ETB said earlier, then I spoke to him about something he didn't know about. I am the ghost from within. I'm the YTC Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying? No one know he's a solid partner.
Right? As far as I knew, at that point, he's fighting Errol Spence. Then he tells me they're not trying to make the fight. I told y'all what he told me in 7-Eleven. They're not trying to make the fight. Right?
He told you that because he felt that you was talking mad shit and you was against him. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was telling you, it's not my fault, it's his fault. They ain't trying to make the fight. It wasn't no business type shit from what I'm assuming, what I'm listening to. It wasn't no business shit.
Jay Jackson, you an idiot. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
I'm gonna fast forward this shit.
So I ain't got a cap about nothing. You heard back that Errol Spence's team is not looking to make the fight happen to 2023. Well, Terrence Crawford's team wants to know, would it be possible? Because they're looking to fight in 2023. We want to fight this year. We ain't fight since November 2021.
Didn't he say Terrence Crawford team is looking to fight in 2023? It might have been mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Let me go back.
Could we squeeze in a fight? Well, Terrence Crawford team wants to know, would it be possible? Because they're looking to fight in 2023. We want to.
See what I'm talking about? Y'all sitting up here thinking I'm not listening to what the fuck he's talking about. He's saying Terrence Crawford team and Big Blunts and Boxing is probably making a video on this shit anyway. Anyway, Terrence Crawford team wanted to fight in 2023. Got it.
Fight this year. We ain't fight since. Well, Terrence Crawford team wants to know, would it be possible? Because they're looking to fight in 2023. We want to fight this year. We ain't fight since November 2021.
Let me help him out. He probably meant Errol Spence 10. Let me help him out. He might have meant Errol Spence 10. Just a slip of the tongue.
Could we squeeze in a fight in this short period of time for Terrence Crawford to have a fight this year? Hence the reason why the paperwork that Keith Idey put out there and said that they sent him a revised contract 2 weeks ago, right? That said it was revised for a deal for them to fight in 2023.
So you see how the chronological disaster is playing out? Like if Keith Idey released that information and they're trying to find out, you know, if talks are gonna stop, you know, the chronological order and the way he's explained this shit is just horrendous. You know what I'm saying? It's just horrendous because in a short period of time, a lot of shit had to happen. We know only weeks ago that Idey released that information. So in between time, we need some dates on when everything started to pop off, man.
Not in 2022. So this is a fight for Terrence Crawford to stay busy in 2023. Not in 2022. So this is a fight for Terrence Crawford to stay busy and active. He has a one-fight deal with BLK Prime.
Yep.
He's not signed a multi-fight deal. He signed, and Terrence Crawford made it clear to us. His agenda is to fight Errol Spence. He don't want to sit on the shelf for this year. I don't care if you believe me or don't believe me.
Retreaded information. He already said that they was trying to sign him for a one-fight deal. Why would he sign a multi-fight deal with y'all and you haven't proven that you can get Brian Norman in the ring yet? What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Y'all just signed him for one deal like that's the master plan or something. Y'all haven't proven that you can get a fight in the ring yet. You know what I'm saying? We're waiting for the press tour to happen next month. So the Blue Blood Sports can be the one that's headlining. He can be the Brian Custard of freaking BLK. That's what I'm waiting on. You know what I'm saying? So I can salute the brother from a distance. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This means something. This is special. I haven't seen that yet. Right now I'm dealing with this because shit ain't adding up, bro.
But he wanted to stay active for this year.
We already know
So
that.
then we said, okay, can we make it possible to to squeeze in a fight of this magnitude with us, who's new to the game, to stage a fight for Terrence Crawford? Who's going to be a feasible opponent in a 6-week span? Right? Because the fight has to take place in Omaha in order for us, because it's a short period of time. We can't stage the fight in Vegas. We don't have time to promote no fights. We don't have time to do none of that. Right? So this is a fight that we trying to, so what's the best possible place for us to stage the fight? In this short ass period of time, it will have to be in Omaha, Nebraska. Right?
Who says that? Who believes? Look, this is Omaha, Nebraska has sports just like everybody else. If you ask any fighter, if you're trying to schedule something at the last minute down here in the A, it ain't happening. They have sports upon sports upon sports, concerts. I mean, events out the yin yang. So all of a sudden, in order for us to do it, we got to jump through hoops to see and say we can schedule in Omaha. Bro, man, come on, man. You ain't doing this to us, man. You ain't doing it to me. I'm just saying, bro, for the general public who's tuned in, man, they probably shaking their head like, man, this dude is everywhere with this shit.
Right? Okay. Calling these 2 stadiums in Omaha, Nebraska. What dates do they have available this short period of time? And I can show proof to anybody that think I'm capping.
Okay, go ahead.
Captain, nobody.
Okay, show proof then. Show proof then. Show proof. Show proof, because you do be capping, bro. Show proof, man. If you ain't capping, show proof. Look, if you're going to present the information to us, show proof that the information is legit. So when I see these motherfucking sheep running around here, man, and they happy, oh, we're part of making the fight with Terrence Crawford and David Avanesian. We did it. YouTube did it. Okay, YouTube did it. You got to have receipts hanging off the sheep's motherfucking fur. That shit should be paper clipped to their fur. This is receipts right here. We ain't seeing no receipts. We ain't hearing no times. We don't have no dates. We don't hear nothing. We just hear hearsay. We got dumb motherfuckers showing up on my channel talking about, hey man, you know, I'm gonna repeat the same shit he's saying over here. It was a short period of time for this, and this.
I keep all receipts. So the short period of time to secure these venues in this short period of time. There's only 2 venues in Omaha. One was already booked up because of the NCAA finals or the NCAA tournament, whatever, for women. Right? The other one is halfway booked up for the NCAA women, whatever they having out there. The only date they had was December 10th. That Terrence Crawford, like, listen, that's kind of late if I'm going to try to fight Errol Spence in the early part of 2023. But I got to stay active because I ain't fight since November of last year.
See how he keeps on talking about, keep mentioning he ain't fought since November last year. Come on already. He already knows. The people should know that already. We already know that he wanted to fight this year. We already know what happened when he fought Sean Porter. We know all this. Why are you repeating this shit like he's explaining? Look, if he's just talking to you and he know who you are because he's approached you off on checking you on your bullshit, then you're supposed to know boxing, right? So why would he be explaining to your people who you should have already briefed everything about it if they that naive about boxing, which I don't think they are. I don't think they naive at boxing at all. But you're trying to make it seem like they didn't have a clue. And Terrence is talking to y'all like, I want to fight this year. I want to fight this year. December's kind of late, but I want to fight this year. Of course. Of course. He said it.
So for all you idiots talking about, oh, Blue knew this all the time, you an asshole and an idiot. Part of my language, Ski. How would I know? He just signed yesterday. Okay? Jerron Boots Ennis. We have to deal with Showtime. And they want to be the mother rights. They want to hold all the rights, which means we would just be a silent partner. But we will have to put up the purse. Y'all should pay attention and be happy. I'm giving you this.
I had to stop you before he starts talking down on like we inferior. He's talking down like we was inferior. Pay attention. You should be happy because he's giving us some information. information that most of us already know. It only makes sense if you want to play ball with the big boys. With the big boys, the arrangement is going to be different, especially if these big boys, the shakers and movers of this boxing game, has been there, done that on the highest level, and you haven't. Why are you explaining to us what we already know? I'm talking about the hardcore boxing fans. We already know the shit. We already know what the arrangement is going to be. You think they're going to be a part and let y'all take the lead? Damn Showtime, PBC, or whatever. They didn't even take the lead for the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. They let Top Rank take the lead on that shit. How in the hell are they going to, you're telling the people that to think they're going to let y'all take the lead. Y'all can't take the lead. You have not the experience to take the lead on this shit. Shout out to New Media Today, USA Boxing. Coach Malachi in the building. What's good? Support the channel. Get the likes up, family. Appreciate you, Coach. Everybody in here, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, some more. Crown, what's good? Let's keep it moving.
Information. We would have had to put up the purse for Terrence Crawford and for Jerron Ennis, but Showtime would stage the fight.
Why is he telling us this?
Right? Okay. So that takes Boots off the table. It ain't Bomac. Ain't nobody in contact with Bo. Terrence Crawford have a whole nother person, it's not up to me to reveal, that handle all his stuff that ain't got.
So if everything that people in boxing, a lot of people talk about in boxing, and you're going to present it with no details, you can't do this, it doesn't make sense as us as media, because we're going to always stay speculating, or if we have individuals internal to the camp that's able to give us the information that we're looking for. But it's always a secret. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a hidden agenda or something, man. Always to puppetize the media, puppetize the listeners, the fan base. And then you say it's not Bomac. It's somebody totally different, what you can't reveal. Who cares if you can't reveal it? Why mention it? At this point in time, a lot of people still confused as why the fight's not happening. And then through all the damn videos that we've been watching, people are giving backlash to say, oh, Crawford's doing this, they're not looking at the big picture. But if they're going to turn to you for the big picture there, Blue, you got to have more details to it. You got to have more details to this picture, brother. That's all I'm saying. You can't sit up here, I can't tell that. Yada, 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 this, that, and the other. You've given us no details in this timeline. This has been a chronological disaster, bro, a roadblock. This is a broken bridge, man.
Nothing to do with Bomac. Okay. Trust me. Bud is all in on making it. Yo, there was times that he goes. We called. He wouldn't answer us for 3-4 days.
No shit.
At all. Not even a single text. Not nothing. And then we would return. This is all facts. Y'all know I don't cap for nobody.
Oh my God, bro. Man, if y'all ever talk to me and I'm saying no cap, I'm capping, bro. I'm talking about if I keep repeating over and over and over and over again, trying to convince y'all so wholeheartedly, that means I've done so much damage in the past that y'all don't believe me, to the point I have to keep on telling y'all know I don't cap. You do, bro. You do.
We try to make this fight where else fits. So when people are saying that oh, he had this lined up, he have this. This is all in the twilight hour. That's a fact. That's a fact. It's big facts. I in the twilight hour.
What the fuck is a twilight hour? Can we put a twilight hour with the day? I'm talking about a day internal to a calendar month. And within that calendar month, can you choose that day that I just mentioned, internal to the calendar month, and give us a time in the twilight that we can talk about this? Can we have those details, bro, in the twilight, internal to the calendar month, a day that resides on that week? Can we just have one fine detail of the twilight?
The fact is, ask Mike Coppinger when he gonna tell you 10 minutes before he put it out. And he getting big money for it. He wanted big money for it. And this is what happens, right? My partners felt, hey, can we make a splash signing Terrence Crawford? We give him big money. The problem is not them, my partners, giving anybody else big money. It's giving everybody else big money in a short period of time. And can we promote it? Can we give Keith Thurman $10 million right now, and Keith Thurman gonna be ready to fight in 6 weeks? That's not gonna happen.
So Keith Thurman is not going to happen because he's obviously not in the gym or whatever the case, right? We already said Boots Ennis. He signed to Showtime, which I talked about earlier. Boots Ennis' name shouldn't even be in the equation. People up here coming on talking about fighting Boots Ennis. You sound stupid. You're talking about bringing Boots Ennis in there knowing damn well you cannot half-step, tiptoe into a situation with Ennis who's signed directly to Showtime. Come on, man. And Crawford's supposed to be the B-side? Showtime's going to do all the work. How much money y'all going to come out the pocket for them? Man, that fight is impossible to make if you tiptoeing in there with BOK. Because it's going to look real bad. Showtime is going to show y'all how it's done. Crawford's supposed to be the A-side in that equation. But yet they're going to make y'all pay for everything. Why? Because y'all supposed to be the A-side. So you come to play with the big dogs, hey, just take an inventory before you walk inside that gate.
And so they're going to lose $20 million now. Right? Or, let me explain something else, right? Because, and I'm going to say this, right? Because I can, it's my partners, right? A lot of the other promotional companies see us, talk to us, and feel like they the big dogs on the block.
What the fuck? Dude, listen to me, brother. Brother, did you hear what you just said? These other promotional companies talk to us like they're the big dogs on the block. I just said, before you enter the gate, make sure you do the inventory. They are the big dogs on the block. We're talking about Top Rank been around for motherfucking decades, dog. There are promotional companies who the big dog on the blocks. That shouldn't even be something that's even in this damn audio. They talk to us like they the big dogs. They are. They are the big dogs.
And so they feel like they don't have to respect us. Hey, MatchUp wanted to be a partner with this, right? Okay, MatchUp want to get in, but they want to be in the driver's seat, right?
So MatchUp want to be a part of this, but they want to be in the driver's seat. That's basically assigning you to the C side. For real. Sit your ass in that chair over there and watch us do this because we know what we're doing. Come on, brother. Man, they can't let you take the lead and run into all these mistakes. And they are who they are. They've been here, done that. They drove this road before. They've been through these travels. They know what is supposed to happen. They know the procedures, man. They know the administrative logistics that's supposed to go down. Yeah, they talk to y'all like they the big dogs because they are. They're putting on grand fights. Man, this shit's not making no sense, man, at all, bro.
Or you know, even with other fighters that we saw, right? Other companies coming. Oh, we have people coming when we saw Brian Norman. Oh, y'all got Brian Norman. Yeah, basically, y'all don't know what to do with that. Y'all should let us do it, right? So right now, right, with this situation with Crawford, right? Oh, y'all got interest in signing Crawford and making a tune-up fight? Oh yeah, we got a fighter, but we gonna need to be in driver's seat. But we got to pay the purse. So these are the things that are happening behind the scenes that people are not paying attention to.
So he's pretty much talking about Showtime. He just retreaded and tried to make an example on these neighboring organizations, these promotions that's been in it longer than them in the boxing game, and they're talking to them like they're small time. Yes, you're not even a little brother. Right now, you're a stepchild till you become a part of the family. Real talk. And only way you become a part of the family, you understand what the family business is about. You haven't did that yet. You haven't anchored in to this business because it's a dirty game. Like, you have to know everything that needs to be done in this game. You keep mentioning Brian Norman. Okay, y'all don't know what to do with him. Well, it seems like you don't, because this man has been pulled out of 2 fights. So if you can't get Brian Norman, an undefeated fighter who's very talented, bro, that Crawford has sparred, he knows. What happened with that? What happened? I just had Brian on the show the other day, man. He didn't say anything bad about BOK. You know, he got to maintain his professionalism. I'm looking at it like there's some people down here in ATL was waiting for him to step into the ring, and the fights fell out. Now we're waiting on what, November 12th, supposedly? Or something like that? Okay. But he just retreaded information about Showtime. You ain't stomping on Showtime's toes. You're not doing it. They're going to tell you what they tell you because they can, bro. That is the big dog. There's a hierarchy in this shit. And the hierarchy ain't just about the pockets. The hierarchy is the experience that they have. The history, the paperwork, the archives that they have. You can't just walk up on the block and say, I want to do what you've been doing. And they say, okay, cool. We'll sit back and watch you doing. You can use our name and we'll be a silent partner and dislike and we'll do this. That's not the way it's going to work with Showtime, bruh. Like, come on, man. You ain't fooling nobody.
And I'm putting y'all up on game behind the scenes shit, and y'all not even paying attention.
He putting us on what game, dog? What game is this, bro?
This is happening across the board. For Karma Serene said that she don't think this happened in a short period of time, like the clock in the morning. Why I gotta sit here and lie to you and say it happened in a short period of time? It happened in a short period of time. That's just the facts. And the great brother saying that he's disappointed. Well, y'all not paying attention. Let me explain something again.
See, listen, this is him saying we ain't paying attention again. You have to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? To him telling you you're not paying attention. Okay? I don't know what you have to do to pay attention to get his attention, but he keeps telling people over and over again this live, they ain't paying attention. They ain't paying attention. He's trying to turn us on the game. Turning us on the game is giving us some little details, telling us the shit we don't know. We can't read through the lines. You're talking to casual boxing fans at the end of the day, right? When it comes to business. They may not be casual boxing fans when it comes to the knowledge of the sport, but a lot of these guys, including myself, are casual boxing fans when it comes to the overall business. You too, Blue, is a casual boxing fan when it comes to the business layer of this sport. You're not promoting fighters. You haven't promoted fighters. You don't have a history with big names of fighters. So I'm encouraging you to get to that point so you can then separate yourself and say, I am doing this right here. I am doing this. I know Shot News, he's doing more than you in the boxing game because he's with an actual team. I see him go to the meetings with the ESPN dudes. I see him moving with that. He was able to sit up here and make a phone call to Jay Prince. Man, you ain't making moves like that. Now I can ask him and he can give me the details if I want to. I already know the details. I'm just saying, if he was in that position, I know he's telling the truth because he's done that. Those are big moves. He got this man signed the Top Rank, managed by Jay Prince. Those are moves. Who have you managed, bro? Who are you managing? We're talking about a fighter who's fighting on TV, ESPN. Since his debut, Jay Prince signed the Top Rank, bro. Who have you got signed to a major promotion? If you ain't got a fighter signed to a major promotion, then guess what? You might want to call up Shot News Showtime and ask him how the shit's done. Because how in the hell you can people can talk about views on the channel, and this man is rolling with the team. I seen him. I seen him with Jay Prince. I seen him when they have the fighters meetings. I seen him make some shit pop and make some connections happen in boxing. Gave me some contacts. I seen him. But people worry about channels, right? If you ain't doing that, then you got a long ways to go, man, because a lot of people would consider that big time. You know what I'm saying? You got a fighter on deck that's fighting on TV. And you made that shit happen.
Even if Terrence Crawford wasn't fighting David Avenesian, he will not be fighting Errol Spence until February or March. Y'all not paying attention. If he didn't fight David Avenesian right now in December, he still won't be fighting Errol Spence until February or March.
That don't have anything to do with us. We already know that. What's that got to do with the details of David Avenesian?
Y'all not paying attention. With or without him fighting David Avenesian, he still will not be fighting Errol Spence until February or March. And
look, I'm curious. Is this a replay? Like, what the fuck? I'm not even hearing replay. He's repeating the same shit. He's not fighting till February or March. He ain't gonna be fighting in February or March. Y'all need to pay attention. Are y'all paying attention out there? Pay attention, goddammit.
might be even later than that. But all right, so now this is what I'm trying to tell people, right? Top Rank gives him money guaranteed, right? So you don't have to see what they make and earn. There's only two fighters, right? I'm gonna say this, right? There's two fighters that get to know everything. That's Deontay Wilder and Canelo Alvarez. Right? Okay. When they telling you, right? Regardless if you want to.
That's irrelevant.
I'm not gonna show you 35% of anything. They just said that they sent them a revised contract 2 weeks ago, right? To satisfy what he wanted, right? But they've been negotiating for 7 months. So why did you just send a revised contract 2 weeks ago? If you knew what it takes to make the fight happen, right? Now think about this. If they sent the revised contract 2 weeks ago, that's the beginning of October. So you sent it knowing that it ain't gonna happen in November. Knowing that it's gonna happen in 2023. So why didn't you send the revised contract with the quote unquote everything he wanted more than 2 weeks ago?
Isn't that what I said? Isn't that what I said? Isn't that what I said? Why they didn't put the fight date in the paperwork that they sent him? So it wouldn't be no revision. Didn't I say that? I was just flickering through this shit. And I stumbled upon this video. Didn't I say that? Why they didn't put the information in the contract or the term sheet. So when he sent the information back, okay, cool. They would know on the distant end, PBC, whatever, they would know that everything is good to go. If it's November date, November 19th, everything is good to go. You know what I'm saying? But they saying that they sent the term sheet back to Crawford because it had to have some revisions done to it, and that revision stated 2023. Why? If this happened earlier this month, and this is when negotiations stop, so you're trying to tell me all of a sudden in this short window, and it's the 24th, that all this is taking place? This is record breaking.
Why didn't you send it and get it right from the beginning? If you've been dealing with him from April, right? Okay, you knew what he wanted from April. So how come we didn't send a revised contract 2 weeks ago, more than 2 weeks ago, to secure the deal so we could get the biggest fight in boxing going on? Terrence Crawford want to know what's 35% of what? 35% of what? None of us on this panel ain't gonna take no deal If I tell you money right now, percent of what? Not a single person on this panel is going to accept that if you don't know what it is. If I say money, I'm going to pay you based off of how many tickets we sell in this arena.
I'm not going through that. I'm done. When you start talking about shit, you trying to advocate for Crawford. Man, bro, not too long ago, you wasn't advocating for Crawford. You was advocating for yourself and Errol Spence. And all of a sudden, you want to sit up here and do what I was doing? You want to do what a lot of other channels was doing? We already retreaded that information, brother. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who's on the panel talking about this shit right here. I felt like I wasted a part of my life, you know, playing this audio that I can't get back. Because one of my passions is the report on boxing media. But in this particular case, this shit was so much of the mumbo jumbo, you know what I'm saying, crocheting of words, chronological mishap. You know, it's no way that you can fit shit together because we didn't get no dates. We didn't get anything. We just got tit for tat here and there, over there, everywhere. Hey, come pick me up. Where? Over here. Where over here? Over there. Where over there? Just down yonder. Down yonder where? Around the block. Around the block where? Over the hill. That's what that shit sound like. That shit made absolutely no sense, man. The tide is down. So if we're tying this down to the first of this month, from first of this month to now, all this shit is taking place. Boom, boom, bam. It's good. That's amazing. That's record breaking right there. That's good. And I know deals are made around that time period, but if this magnitude with the amount of money that's involved, it's a point that he said in here. Like if they would have enough time to make this happen, as far as, you know, I want to say monetarily to whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the investors like. Like I said, when it comes to the business aspect, I would say that I'm a casual like a lot of other people when it comes to the business of boxing. But that doesn't mean I can't do a process of elimination, troubleshoot this shit, brainstorm a bit. This shit is insane. To try to get people to understand it, rather. When you have a big name like Crawford and now all of a sudden Blue's trying to advocate for Crawford when you wasn't doing that before this motherfucking cameo appearance at 7-Eleven. You wasn't doing that. You was rolling with everybody else that was pro Spence channels. You know what I'm saying? You was rolling with them. You wasn't goddamn giving him the credit that he deserved. No, bro. You telling us at the beginning of that to keep that same energy? I'm telling you, after you said this, you should keep the same energy.
Right now, Floyd Mayweather, Terrence Crawford is a dog. Right now, Floyd Mayweather and Juan Manuel Marquez were my two favorite fighters.
You should have kept the same energy, bro. All of a sudden, Crawford checks your temperature, right? And you started to come back on here, and I seen it. You know, me and Showtime was talking about that shit. We seen this shit playing out. Now all of a sudden you want to be full players trying to advocate for Crawford. That just goes to show you cats out there, right? You want to sit up here and be online warriors dogging fighters out. But maybe an opportunity may present itself. You're going to try to say that they're going to not look back on YouTube if somebody say, okay, go do some research on this person and find out you've been dogging them the fuck out, but they're going to trust you to do business. It's something that Blue said. He said, Terrence didn't like me, but it's business. What? It's nobody trying to do business with you if you don't like them. How are you going to be in their best interest trying to do business? Now, all of a sudden, you got to turn coat and kiss ass. You have to turn coat and kiss ass, bro. Now you all about kissing ass. You're trying to come off as a big dog in this YTC community as if you're doing something big. You're not bigger than my guy Showtime. You ain't doing it bigger than him. He actually have a fighter that he's a part of, a prominent role player, and getting signed to a prominent flagship promotion in Top Rank. That's facts, brother. He ain't beating around the bush and don't have timelines. No. Jay Prince is a real person. Jay Prince is out in public. Jay Prince ain't hiding just one picture on Google. He's out there. He shows up to his fighters fight. I'm telling you, if you want to be the type of person to separate yourself in the YouTube community, go for it. I'm not trying to hinder your progress, but you have to let your ego take a back seat and stop lying to the motherfuckers out here as if we're stupid and telling us to pay attention. No, nigga, you pay attention. You pay attention to what the fuck you talking about. You pay attention, because if you paid attention and you just pace yourself, the cadence for which you're speaking, all you have to do is pace yourself just a little bit slower and think about it. People like myself won't be holding you accountable. You brought this on yourself with me, shawty. I'm the baker's dozen, right? But you got to understand, it's only one fucking host. You can say it's the baker's dozen all day. Okay, I keep it in the oven then. I keep the damn grease on the stove. It'll be hot regardless. It's one host in this bitch. The host understands and knows what I need to know about boxing and combat sports in general. You're not talking to the baker's dozen. A lot of the baker's dozen that's in here, they know about boxing too. But you can't continue to tell people to pay attention. Pay attention. See, y'all don't even know. Y'all should be happy that I'm giving you game. Y'all should know. Y'all should do this. Hey, listen, bro. We shouldn't be happy with nothing if we're old enough to understand that there's certain areas of boxing that we know for a fact. And then when it comes to situations like this with Crawford, fighting David Avanesian, when he was deep in the negotiation process with Spence, and all of a sudden this arose and people trying to take credit for being playing a bigger role than they actually did, then questions need to be fucking asked, brother. There's nothing wrong with me asking questions. You don't have to answer them. But if you have yourself and other voices and people that's around here that's putting out false information and saying you were responsible for doing this, that's false. You even said it yourself. Your people reached out to him. Now, if you were saying you was reaching out to them personally, they handed you the task and you reached out to him, you did. And then you spoke to Crawford. Crawford called you back and you spoke. You and him had a dialogue. You and him communicated. You and him discussed the business that he wanted. You took down all the motherfucking notes of what Crawford would like in this deal, and you presented it to your people. That's a person that's in business, that's really playing an intricate role in this shit. You're taking notes, you're getting bullet points, then you're going up to present it to your people, because that's where the money is at. The money is not with you, Blue. The money is with your partners. The owners. That's where the money is at. You're like an intern. You know why I say you're an intern? Because you refuse to let us know how long you've been with a partnership, a silent partner would be okay. You refuse to let us know. Do you get residual off the stocks? I'm just trying to see how enlarged your position is in this company. That's all I'm trying to do. Because it seems like you're not as positioned as you're leading certain people on. Because if you were, you would have more common knowledge, bro. You would be able to talk this talk with me. I'm not there with BLK Prime. But you are, but yet you're not giving detailed information, bro. One thing I would say, right? You can tell a lot about the people who's been there before, like if they had to be very paying attention to detail. Individuals that collect information, they're not afraid to write shit down or type shit down. They take notes. Some people are good to take mental notes, but it's good to take physical notes because in case you forget something, that's just goes without saying. But it just seems like you don't have no notes. You don't like writing. You know, you're talking around in circles with this situation. It's a huge situation. But if I was bringing it to my listeners, I would be like, at this date right here, we know that absolutely he was no longer in negotiations with Spence, all right? It was October 2nd. October 2nd at around 1800. 1800 is 6 o'clock p.m. military. You know what I'm saying? So at 6 o'clock p.m., this 6 o'clock, 6:05 roundabout, we knew for sure that negotiation had been severed. So now we can pretty much start moving. So we put it in motion. We got on the phone. We called up the people. You know, we started talking to this person, that person. And this is the information that we was able to get. Without going into confidential details, we was talking numbers. We was talking about, is it possible on where he wanted to fight? He told us where he wanted to fight, so we had to see immediately, get somebody on the line to see can we lock on a venue for Omaha. At that time, we had to plan the fight date. Once we received the information back about the venues, it was half full, as he said. So since it was half full, the fight date for December 10th was open. Okay, cool. Get the person to lock that date on. But around all of it, they had to talk numbers. Numbers had to be spoken on. So that's where the timeline gets a little fuzzy too. Like within a short period of time, somebody just threw a suitcase of millions on the motherfucking table. Say, where you want to start off? You want to start off with two figures? Stop playing. 3 figures? That's funny. 4 figures? No? 5 figures? Higher? 6 figures? What? 7 figures? No way. 8 figures? Oh, there you go. You want the 8 figures. See, I knew you was, yeah, I knew. Yeah, you know your business, man. 8 figures. What about 8 figures? A cool 10 million flat? I mean, come on, man. We need some numbers. We need some specifics, bro. Let me get in this chat, bro. My fault. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coach for the $5 super chat. Much appreciated, Coach, for supporting the channel. He said, I want to hear new information from him, not shit I can put together myself. All I'm saying, bro, to a point, I want to hear shit that's different, that I'm going to get educated from. Not that fool that was on here earlier repeating shit that was on this video. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here, bro. You need to know how to answer questions. D-Ray Promotions on deck. Salute to you. A bunch of gibberish for sure, man. Shaw News, it can definitely get confusing at times, but then I guess Blue would tell me I haven't been paying attention. Man, look, he wouldn't be on fight week, man. He wouldn't be rolling around with us talking that shit, bro. Nah. They'll look at him like, what? Man, who are you with? Where your fighter? Do you have an attachment to a fighter that's fighting on TV? I mean, what's the deal? Like, what's going on? What business do you know? Like, what is your brand? What do you got going on? Do you have CMOS? Are you supplying CMOS to your fighter? I mean, dude, do you have a brand? Come on, bro. I wonder what Blue's reception is going to be like when Steven Espinosa at the next PBC Showtime event. Bro, please. Man, hey, Espinosa is not worried about this guy, man. I know bigger players in the game. There's much more experience just making higher moves than this. And it's tough for them. And they're connected to these individuals. They're connected. It's just not being, man, dudes ain't rolling around here with no silent partner shit. Man, look, I can see if you was a big motherfucking deal and you're a millionaire. I can see if you was a millionaire and you sitting on funds like that. And you really have influence on fighters. That's not the case here. I'm not saying Blue cannot be in that position. And I'm not going to sit on here and hate like I don't want to see him in that position. But the way he goes about the YouTube shit, it seems like he will always be at an elementary level when it comes to the boxing business. That's real talk from me. That's my opinion. It's my opinion. But then, let's say, for example, Coach Malachi, right? I can look at him on his live. He takes notes. He gives timestamps, bulletized, organized timestamps of certain questions he's asking during an interview. That's called organizational skills. That's what you have to do if you're going to put yourself on a level to be involved with certain people. They're going to expect you to be administratively inclined, advanced, bro. You just can't go up here and tell stories to people. Bulletize your shit. Organize that shit, man. So you'll know what questions to ask and this, that, and the other. That's if you're choosing to be on a higher level. Like TBV. TBV, I can say, you know, I was in the trenches with him, you know, several times on the boxing grounds and shit. Now they have a team, they have sponsorships, he has a co-host. Are you working to that level? Are you trying to work to that level, y'all? Or y'all just trying to stay here and be YouTube warriors? I'm not trying to be grand on this YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put out my content. That's what it is. I'm not gonna be an online warrior. But all I'm saying is, what's your goals? What's your expectation, bro? I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, one thing about these people that come on here, right? The outlaw, what's good? He said, I never heard Blue swear so much on his live. He was really under pressure. Bro, just come out here and tell people what the truth is, bro. What's going on, Ghost? The great Sugar Ray sometimes signed on fight nights. This is boxing. Every contract doesn't have to be physical for starters. When were the terms agreed upon? When was the verbal agreement? Look, I look at it this way. I'm not talking about what has been done in the past and what Sugar Ray did. We're talking about a process, Ghost, that deals with a fighter who was deep embedded in negotiations for one of the biggest fights in boxing. We're not talking about a basic fight. We're not talking about a basic set of fighters. We're talking about a situation where it was ongoing to host one of the biggest fights in boxing that we've been waiting for, undisputed. I can stand on my 10 and say these undisputed fights in recent, they weren't signing on the night of anything. Josh Taylor and freaking Jose Ramirez didn't sign no motherfucking fight on the day, not on the night of. Mel Charlo and Castaño didn't sign on the night of. No, sir. Teofimo Lomachenko didn't sign on the night of. Naoya Inoue, when he fight, what's his name? Paul Baker. Whatever his name is. They're not going to sign on the night of. We can't compare signing on the night of to anything. Because listen, the time frame has to match up somehow, some way. If we was in full negotiations, if they was in full negotiations, man, to step in November, when did it all go away? When did that date absolve? Because once again, Espinosa is on record. He's on record. Damn, he was on record as saying the date isn't dead yet, bro. Hold on for a second.
thought that was representative of him as a fighter, then we wouldn't put him in there. You know, we expected a very tough Carlos Ocampo, and that's fight. You know, and I think Carlos Ocampo.
Maybe not specifics, but just where are we as far as Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr.? A lot of people were thinking, again, talking to the crowd. I come to the fights, I talk to the crowd pretty much the whole night. November 19 was the day everybody thought that we were going to get the fight. What's the latest update on Crawford versus Spence that you can provide?
The reality, you know, these things take a life of their own. You know, the reality is, I'm not even sure how the November 19th date got out there, and all of a sudden it was written in stone. So the reality, there's been a lot of dates that we've talked about, and November 19th is one of them. I'm as anxious as a fan as anybody else to get this done. And I know there's two more anxious people than me, and that's Errol and Terrence. You know, and they want to get this fight done as quickly as anybody. But the reality is, these fights take time. I know everyone's.
That's via Fight Hype. Shout out to Fight Hype. That was just the audio. You know, it's just so many articles out here. You know what I'm saying? About this November 19th date. There's no plan B, C, D, or E, say Espinosa. All they have is plan A. Y'all remember when that happened, right? And this article came out October 9th, 2022. You know what I'm saying? It's just the language in an article. You know what I'm saying? It's subscribed phonetically. He said there's a plan A. Both fighters have said that what they want. No one's thinking about a backup plan. Well, I guess that's not true. No one thinking about a backup plan or alternatives at this point. I want to see it as quickly as everyone else wants to see it. It would get done in time, and we have the fight that we've all wanted. Okay. That's all I'm saying, man. It's out there, bro. It's out there. I'm WCS Flex. That's why I do not believe anything coming from Blue, because it's a situation where a fighter was super deep into negotiations, and what we're hearing from Blue and others doesn't make sense. I think it makes sense in a way for them to build up their club. It's almost like they trying to build up more attention for their club of channels that they roll together, so they can go down and go to a printing shop and get certificates that say, oh, we built Terrence Crawford and David Avanesian. We did it. We did it. And take a group picture and put the picture at the bottom of the certificate. You know what I'm saying? Man, what is up with the clout, man? We're not getting the fight that we want. So let's just say you had, you know, whoever you are, you know, you had a hand in building this fight. You need to work on your professional skills, man. You need to take notes. You need to become more administratively involved. You know what I'm saying? You need to then jot down information. You should be able to brief those people as a silent partner if that's what you are, because a silent partner, right, is different than a talent agent. Which one of you are? You a talent agent or a silent partner? The silent partners I know ain't doing no talent agent shit. So you're over here like you've been over here before, right? You're over here. Once again, I have to explain this shit. I don't just talk about other people's channel. You're mad because I'm talking about one of your favorite channels. You know what I'm saying? So you over here on my live telling me what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So let me help you out. Look, people, you all don't, Paul Butler. That's what it is. Thank you, Toby. It slipped my mind. Paul Butler. Appreciate the information. In a way, it's not going to freaking sign to fight Paul Butler on that night for Undisputed. It's not going to happen, bro. It's not going to happen. If Juan Estrada, Roman Gonzalez, or freaking Jesus, Bam Bam Rodriguez, if they ever attempt to unify the flyweight division, they're not signing on the same night. It just doesn't go down like that. Now maybe on a lower tier and shit, like the shit that was going down in Arizona with Mickey Bay and Tevin Farmer type shit, okay, that was the on the day of type shit. It happens, bro. For sure, it makes sense for them and their clubs, but a general to the bigger audience and those who do pay attention, because we are all paying attention, it makes zero sense. We're paying attention, man. We're paying attention. And when people pay attention, they what? When your kids pay attention, what they do? They ask questions, because they either going to look at it in a way that, okay, I understand what's going on, or I don't understand what's going on. I don't quite grasp it. Okay, I need to ask questions to see what I'm missing. Their math isn't adding up. Their words aren't making any sense. There's no consistency, a logicality in much of anything being said by them. I wanted to be logical, because if it was logical, it'd be so much easier to retain. Like I'm just trying to understand it all. If it was logical, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good, man. But on here, if I was to try to ask Blue a question, I know it's gonna be like, oh, you question me, you don't know what it is. We can't have a dialogue on here without it turning to an argument, because I can listen to what you're saying, but long as you keep the conversation on the topic. If you're talking about the negotiation process, you being a silent partner and everything else, I would rather have a conversation on that. I don't want to hear you paying attention. You should do this. See, you should be grateful that I'm even telling you this information. I shouldn't be grateful for shit. If you want to pass information to other people and you feel genuine about doing it, pass information and educate others. If you don't want to educate others, just continue to convince people that you're selfish, that your ego is bigger than anything in this YouTube shit. That's all. If you feel that the little bit of information that you pass out over here, other people's going to get 2 or 3 more subscribers off of it, then that means that's where your ego's at. But bro, I'm not going to spend too much more time on this. For those of you that don't like me doing what other people have done long before I was doing it, just reacting to a video, then don't jump on the live, man. Don't jump in on the boulevard, man. Just stay your ass over there on the sidewalk. Don't jump in this traffic. I have a right to ask questions. Terrence Crawford is one of my favorite fighters. I'm a fan of the fighter. So therefore, knowing what happened and everything, that you have a person that don't support Terrence, how all of a sudden you say it's just business? It's all of a sudden just business. Come on, bro. But appreciate y'all. He said silent partners usually do not do media runs. Don't speak. Don't speak on when a contract was signed, and act how his silent partner is acting. Does dude understand what a silent partner is? Okay, I'm going to do one better, man. Hold up. Good question. So, I have to educate myself too. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Let me share screen right quick. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that question there, Ghost. So I had to look up this definition of what a silent partner is, right? And check this out. They say a silent partner. We about to go through education. Myself, we about to go through education, bro. Okay, they can get mad all they want, but they're not going to go through the wickets. What is a silent partner? Okay, he keeps talking about a silent partner. A silent partner is also known as a dormant partner. Dormant, an investor who becomes a member of a partnership by virtue of capital contribution, but pay attention, like he says, an inactive role in the daily operation and management of the business. God damn it. I don't know why people got to ask these questions and allow me to go typing and shit. Is Blue playing an inactive role in daily operations? No. If you are a talent agent, you're playing an active role. It doesn't have to be daily, but this negotiation with Terrence Crawford, it is a daily type of operation. If you involved like you say you are. Let's go down here. The primary benefits of being a silent partner is the ability to earn investment returns with limited involvement and being a position of limited liability for any financial obligations of the business. When a business partnership is formed, the various partners make varying capital and assets contribution. So I don't want to know the man numbers, but it seems like he's not financially a silent partner like this and what they're saying. He's a talent agent. He's a talent agent. I'm not going to go in details and be petty and talk about, super chats and all that. That's not what I'm going to do, man. I just want to know the definition of a silent partner. That's all. Let's see if a silent partner has to pay taxes. Silent partners documents any revenue or compensation they receive from their agreement with the company as taxable income while they're responsible for their individual taxes. I'm right down here, y'all. Does a silent partner have to pay taxes? And they say, while they're responsible for their individual taxes, silent partners rarely involve themselves with the company taxes. So, that's pretty much a silent partner right there, man. You know what I'm saying? This right here is known as a dormant partner, an investor who becomes a member of a partnership by virtue of capital contribution, but plays an inactive role in daily operation and management of a business. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, people. Hopefully you understand what a silent partner is. And you can either compare his duties to that, or you don't have to. You can leave it alone. Don't let me persuade you. I'm just here to educate myself and others. That's all. I agree, Carlos. It is like, when people use these terms, you know what I'm saying? These ostentatious terms that they use. Silent partner. It makes it seem like he's playing more of a intricate role than what he actually is. Because a silent partner, they don't supposed to be involved in daily operations. How else is BLK keeping an ear to the YouTube streets? Because Crawford pulled up on him from the YouTube streets and what he was saying. So how is the BLK entities being informed on the information that's being passed out here on YouTube? I'm just saying. He is not a silent partner based on everything he shared with his own mouth. But hey, maybe I wasn't enough attention. I'll try harder. Hey, I'm going to drop the link for a little bit. Let's see if I know Blunts, you popped up early. I didn't know if you wanted to come on or you pretty much was just hanging out earlier or whatever. But I give a little bit of time. The link is in there. You know what I'm saying? Paying enough attention. Absolutely, man. I agree. Paying enough attention, man. It's crucial, man, especially when you have grown adults listening. You know what I'm saying? Some of these dudes are much younger. You know what I'm saying? Imagine how their brain is sponging this shit up. You know what I'm saying? I might have some dim lit bulbs right now, neurologically. all the areas on the left and right hemisphere may not be firing off. But I'm saying you have young individuals listening and retaining information. So you can't just go up here and yada ga, da da da, gibberish type shit, bro. You got to be better than that. I'm about to hop off. I was just wondering if you was in there. It's all good, man. But hey, appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. It's going on about 2 hours, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Hit the like button on your way out. And salute. I'm out.